Are you curious to how the Texas twister is going to turn out? That's what I'm going to continue working on in this video. Hi, I'm Tim Van Milligan from Apogee Components. We're in the middle of the construction of the Texas Twister rocket kit. Previously, we had glued in the centering rings into the tubes, put the engine mount and these two centering rings here. Our next step is to cut some holes into the tube, and that's what these are here. You can see these holes. And those, you'll need this marking guide, which is right here. And we'll cut that out. So I use a straight edge and a hobby knife. Everything's rolling around. And there's these little cutouts right here. Those have to be cut out too. They're a little trickier to cut out. These are the vent holes that allow the exhaust gas to come out from the rocket motor. The ejection charge that normally pushes the parachute out, it comes out of these holes so that it can slide the piston back and keep the rocket all together. Okay. Oops, ripped it a little. That's okay. Okay, and this gets wrapped around this tube. Now the end with that, we put the centering ring in, that is the bottom of the tube, and that line, or this edge of the wrap, goes flush with that end of the tube. And take a piece of tape, push this around, and it has alignment lines, which are these right here. That way you know you have it wrapped around straight, and then slide it down. Take another piece of tape and tape the front end down. So now it can't slide around. So now we want to take a pencil or a pen and draw inside of those cutouts. And also, I want to, come on, don't allow it to slide around, just peel off the tape so that you can mark the fin location, and that's these arrows right here, one there, one there. This will be for the launch lug, one there, and that's all of them. And then you can slide it off. All right, so now we want to draw a line down there. And you can use a door frame. I use an aluminum angle because I just lay it in there and line up one of the marks and make a line all the way from the front end to the back. Okay, next we're going to cut out these slots. And so basically just plunge and slide around. Make sure you're using a fresh hobby knife. Just take your time, go real slow. Okay, there's one. And just do two more. This might be the hardest step in the entire process. I developed this kit before I had the laser cutter. If I was to do it over again, I'd probably pre-cut these, make the kit a little bit easier to build. But you're a rocketry expert, or you're working on it, so you need to learn this technique anyway. It has to come out. Come on. There it is. Okay, now those are out. And we'll flip over to the next instruction. And this is glue the airframe coupler into the long tube. Here's my long tube. And it gets halfway into the tube. So it's about 2 inches long, or 1.5 inches. So just mark it. Take some wood glue. And then slide it in. Do it in one quick motion so it doesn't grab on you. Oops, too far. Just back it out. All right, so I'm going to let that tack up for just a little bit. I'm going to work on the fins while I'm doing that. So the fins are on these balsa sheets, and these are die cut. In the future, they'll probably be laser cut. But we're still working off the original stock. And I'm going to sand these lightly. This is some fine grit sandpaper. I think it's about 220. Yep, it's about 220 grit. Okay, now let's go back to the tube, and here's where it gets fun. Okay, so now this, the engine mount tube, has to slide into the short body tube with these slots in it, and it has to come out through that centering ring. So remember I was saying sometimes there's a burr on there? Well, we want that to be pretty loose, so I'm going to take some sandpaper, and it's wrapped around a dowel. I'm just going to sand that down so that it slides really easily in there. And just test it. It's still a little too tight for me. This is the bottom of the rocket, so you might want to sand it down too. Okay, now we're going to stick it in through this side. We're going to slide it through, And this is kind of tricky because you got to get it into that centering ring and push it all the way through and then pull it all the way down. And now we're going to glue this into here like that. Now I don't want to put glue on this side as I did before. This time I'm just going to put glue on the outside, because what I don't want to happen is all the glue to be slid forward, because we need to have this piston slide backward and forward. And if there's glue in there, it won't slide all the way to where it should be. So this time I'm just going to put glue on this side of the coupler. And slide it on like that. And there's always a little bit of glue that oozes out. So go ahead and wipe that off. And you want to make sure that it's straight and not crooked. So this is another good place to use your angle. Just lay it in there and that will align everything. And I'll just sit it in here to dry. And so I'm going to pause here. And in our next video, we'll continue to work on the fins. So my name is Tim Van Milligan, and you're watching the Apogee Rocketry Workshop. We're going to have some more videos here on the side that I think you'll be interested in. And we'll try to link forward to the next video, but it's going to take about 2 weeks for that link to show up down here in the comments section. So again, may the winds be light, may the skies be blue, and may all your rockets fly straight and true.